All right, Larry Kruger here from the Pig and a Pickle Krug Show with a little 49er video as we talk to you about one of our favorite players coming up in the upcoming NFL draft. And of course, we're brought to you by Pig and a Pickle, the best barbecue in all of Northern California. Check them out in Emeryville and Corte Madera. They're open 7 days a week from 11 a.m. till 8 p.m. or until they run out. Pig and a Pickle, the best barbecue there is. We're brought to you by Marin Autoglass, 415-883-3030, marinautoglass.com on the web. And in a bit, we'll tell you a little bit about the sponsor of today's video, and that is Aura. But first, let's talk a little bit about one of the stories of the day. I read it today. The Ohio State Buckeyes had their pro day in Columbus. And anytime, the Buckeyes, the LSU Tigers, the Alabama Crimson Tide, the Georgia Bulldogs, when they have their on-campus pro day, man, there's not a scout in the country that doesn't show up. Why? Because these are the deepest teams in all of college football. They're really, really good. There's guys that don't even play on these teams that wind up getting drafted. Robert Beal is a good example a year ago. Didn't play tons for Georgia, but somehow the Niners still wind up drafting him and have a lot of hope for his future. So the guy, though, that lit it up today in Columbus or yesterday is Michael Hall Jr. Absolutely crushed the pro day. He ran an insane 4.76 and 4.78 with multiple NFL scouts, all with their hand timers there. And he did it at 300 pounds. So that puts him with Florida State's Braden Fisk as the fastest interior defensive lineman in this year's draft class. Michael Hall Jr., tremendous player, 33-inch vertical, 9.3 broad jump. He had 24 reps on the bench at 225, and he just looked amazing. A lot of people think he's going to be a better pro than he was a college player, but this guy's doing this at 300 pounds. He's just an explosive three-technique defensive tackle with a high pass rush ceiling. And he's also one of the youngest players in this upcoming draft. He doesn't turn 21 until the month of July. He had if you look at the highest pass rush win rate among all NFL draft eligible defensive tackles in the college game this year, Byron Murphy of Texas had a 20% win rate. Michael Hall from Ohio State, 18% win rate. Is better than everybody in the nation except for Byron Murphy. So, really good football player. If you watched him, he wore number 51 for the Buckeyes. He's projected to go in kind of to the back half of the second round. Now, with the way he ran there, he's going to go higher. Now, how much higher will he go in the first round? I don't know. The 49ers, I think, would be in a position to trade down from 31, maybe 4 or 5 spots, and still land Michael Hall Jr. He's a tremendous player. He's from Streetsboro, Ohio. And he was, as I said, he's about 6'2". He came onto campus about 280 pounds. He's now about 300 pounds. He's put on 20 pounds over 3 seasons with the Buckeyes. He played 3 seasons and 28 games, 11 starts. Really good football player. Really good football player. He can rush the quarterback. He can stuff the run. He's got unbelievable hand strength. He's really, really quick. He's an explosive player who gets off the ball quickly and has good speed for his position. So he was a great player in high school. His senior year in high school was cut short due to a broken hand after just 3 games, but he still managed 24 tackles and 9 tackles for loss. So really good football player, went to Ohio State, was very productive for the Buckeyes, and then didn't work out at the combine, and then worked out on the pro day and just lit it up. 24 reps at 225 is a great number. 4.75 at 299 is really cooking. And then when you watched his film, you can see the explosiveness. He was an explosive player on film, and then you watch him with what he did with the Buckeyes, and he was an explosive player with the Buckeyes. So really good football player, and then worked out like a great athlete. And when you have a really good I mean, look at what defensive tackles are getting paid in free agency right now. I mean, they're getting paid a ton. So, I mean, this guy, I think, would be a really good 49er, and he could play in a rotation. He can rush the passer, he can stuff the run. He's got great strength, he's got great explosiveness. Um, he's got an explosive first step. He disrupts plays, and he's a defensive playmaker. He really is. He's agile. You can see him twisting and stunting effectively. He's scheme versatile. I think you can play him in a 34 front. You could also play him in a 43 front. In the Niners 4-3, where they want to get up the field, I think his explosive power and quickness to generate, significant pressure on the quarterback highlights the impact that he can make. I mean, this guy's an impactful pass rusher for sure. So, he's got a unique body type. He's not the biggest, widest guy you've ever seen, but he's just very quick, beats his man with speed. He's got tremendous power, smart football player, just a lot to like, really a lot to like. And and when you look at him standing out in Columbus at the Ohio State Pro Day after the career that he had in the Big Ten, it makes you think that this guy's going to have a really, really good future in the NFL. He's a defender that's definitely on the rise. He brings a lot to the table. I mean, when you're talking about a mix of quickness, power, technique, the ability to explode off the snap, to disrupt plays in the backfield, this guy's been a nuisance to block in the Big Ten, and he's got a great motor. He's got pass rush versatility. I mean, he's a little bit of a tweener size at 6'3", 295, 299 in that range. So he's not the ideal, monster in a 4-3 scheme. He's much more of a play him in a rotation, but man, you're going to love the way this guy plays. If he can harness all these attributes that he has, his technique, his awareness, I think he could be an outstanding player on a defensive line that sacks the quarterback, plays the run, and gives, plays with his hair on fire. That's the one thing that stands out about Michael Hall. He doesn't play with, with a lot of pace. So this guy's going a million miles an hour. All right. Check him out. Check out the video. This video is brought to you by our sponsor, Aura. And now a word from Aura. Have you ever typed your name on the internet and seen all of your private information is online? Are you tired of receiving tons of spam calls from random numbers? Are you receiving more and more of these as time has gone on? Well, that's where Aura, the sponsor of today's show, can really help you out. Data brokers sell your information to scammers and spammers and anyone else who may want to target you. Your full name, your email, your home address, all your records, your health records, who your relatives are. It's all out there. That's why I've been using Aura. Aura shows me which data brokers are selling my information and automatically submits opt-out requests for me. Cleaning up my information not only helps reduce the amount of spam I get, but it also protects me from hackers who could use the information to help them access my social media accounts, my bank accounts, or any other sensitive information. Aura also does so much more to protect me and my family from online threats I can't see. I get other features like antivirus, VPN, password management, parental controls, identity theft insurance, and more without having to download several different apps. It's really easy to set up. And best of all, I get everything at one affordable price. I value my privacy and I value yours. You can go to the link in the description to start your 2-week free trial. And thanks to Aura for sponsoring this video. Thanks to Pig and a Pickle for being the title sponsor of The Krug Show. And thanks to all you guys for supporting The Krug Show on YouTube.